What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 105. I know it may seem like we're wearing the same clothes throughout these last couple of videos, but I can assure you these are definitely on the same day that we're recording them. Definitely.
Why do you sound like you're lying, even though you're not?
I'm not at all trying to do that on purpose.
Because he's annoying as fuck, Ginger.
I know. I've been doing a podcast with him for over a year now.
No, I fucking wish I was Tim Robinson. What the fuck? You know how much extra money I have and how much more fun I would have with my life? All the wacky ideas in my head I get to tell to people and they actually do something with it, and I get to enjoy the fruits of that labor? That'd be awesome.
Instead of now when he has all these wacky ideas in his head and he says them and we call him an idiot.
Yeah, like I get shut down at every turn. My spirit has been crushed from the weight of life. It's like, it's terrible. I was a rising plant, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Jimmy's ideas. I should get in a professional fight and poop in the cage.
Bro, I would be known. That would such a big way to fucking start them. But we got some more fights coming up this weekend.
It might get some decent numbers on the podcast.
I mean, if you make it a short, I don't know. Alright. We got shit to talk about, though. Real shit. Not my shit. Fight shit. We got PFL. We got Bellator. We got UFC coming up this weekend. I didn't think it was that funny. But, PFL 5. We got lightweights and light heavyweights on that card. It's on paper looking like it should be at least a much more fun card than what we got on PFL 4 last week on Thursday. Is this one taking place on Friday? It is much better of the PFL
yes,
to do
thank
that.
God.
But to headline it, we got Clay Collard versus Mads Burnell. Both of them coming off very upsetting losses to start out the PFL run.
Yeah.
Did Clay fight after the AJ McKee fight, now that I'm thinking?
Yeah,
okay, he fought Patrick.
He fought Patrick and won. Standing TKO. I remember that now.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I was just thinking about the quick loss that he got over AJ McKee. That was very sad and upsetting.
Yes.
Mads Burnell, I will just never forget how he absolutely blew away that win over Michael Dufort. Was cruising to a victory, looking very absolute nice, and then he said, "Let me fucking wave my arms and dance and showboat," and then instantly got finished afterwards. So, that was very funny.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it just you gotta be levels above your opponent to play games like that. You know what I mean? Play stupid
you gotta
games,
be like
stupid prizes.
I was about to say, you gotta be MVP in Bellator to do that type of shit.
Or MVP against Ian Gary. We'll see how that goes. But that should be a pretty fun fight. Definitely going to be a good scrap on the feet. I'm very excited for that.
Yes.
Hopefully Clay comes out on top, gets another win, gets himself into the bracket. I want him to win $1 million this year. Let's fucking go.
Yes, sir.
On the co-main event, we got our boy, motherfucking Impa Kasanganay is back.
Yes, sir.
He's probably gonna get a nice win here. Because the guy is fighting Jacob Nato. He is coming off of a bad loss himself 2 months ago. Got fucking one punch by Dovlet Yagshimuradov. So
that was the guy that he fucked up. Shit.
Yeah, round one of that. Just one overhand right and done. So probably an easy win for Impa.
3-1 in the PFL, but those 3 wins are coming from PFL Europe. I don't know the level of PFL Europe, but I feel like Impa, has this fight in the bag. Yeah,
he had that split decision loss to start this year over Johnny Eblen. Came back against Alex Polizzi, got that one done very easy. He's probably gonna cruise his way into the bracket, no problem with that.
Yeah.
Other than that, on this card, we do have some very fun matchups, honestly. Patricky Pitbull, he's back fighting Bruno Miranda. That should be a decent scrap. I'm not really expecting the most from either of them, really. But, because obviously, talking that Patricky lost Bruno, he also lost his last. So, they're one of them is going to have to do something very big in the first round, and, things have to play out a certain way if they want to try and find their way into the bracket, if that's even possible.
Probably with the first round finish.
Yeah, definitely their only chance. Next one though, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. Rob Wilkinson versus Josh Silveira. This should be a very decent scrap. I'm gonna assume that Rob's just probably gonna try and keep this out at distance, just try and put the hands on good old Josh. Josh gonna try and get it down to the ground. If one of them is able to like fuck each other up like in that area, I feel like it'll be a fun performance. If not, this could be a whole lot of clinching on the cage that could very much be boring.
I'm not excited for this fight.
I think it should be good.
It's gonna be one of those things.
It's just it all depends on how it plays out, but it definitely can be.
No,
good,
100%.
Because it's like if Josh is struggling with the takedowns, he's gonna end up just clinching on the cage. If like Rob can't really get much done out at distance, he's gonna grab him and put him on the cage. Like it.
Both of them also coming off of first round finishes in the last fight, so I wonder if with their points they'll be feeling less aggressive. You know what I mean? Like I just got to win and secure my spot. But
yeah, very true.
No, exactly.
So yeah, I definitely am excited for that though. See how it plays out. Definitely two very solid fighters. Another main card fight. My boy Dovletsyan Yagshi Muradov, as Kate mentioned, got that easy win over Jacob in the last one. He's a solid fighter. Wasn't like very solid, but not the best. I don't really know how much he'll do in the PFL bracket. I mean, lost to Corey Anderson, Carl Albrechtsen in Bellator. Carl was actually on the card, I believe. He's fighting Andrew Sanchez on the prelim. But I'm just not really sure what to expect for him overall. I just hope for fun fights.
I would assume that he's still going to be able to probably get a win over this guy, Simone Biang. 9-4. He got RNC'd his last round. I mean, his last fight.
2-2 in Bellator, 0-1 in PFL.
Yeah, definitely just not doing great on the higher level scenes. Probably will find himself in the bracket, but I
don't know how far.
Because like I feel like Rob would be real tough for him. Impa's gonna be real tough for him. Definitely gonna be interesting to see how that all lines up at 205 though. I don't really even know who else with like them putting together Rob Wilkinson, Josh Silveira. Like I don't really even know who's gonna be game. Probably Shoeface, right? He came off. I think he got a win.
He's the one who beats him.
Okay, yeah. So Shoeface fighting Alex Polizzi. That's probably they're probably looking to see between Rob and Josh which one is able to find their way into the bracket, and then just kind of setting everyone else up to get their way in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see how that all plays out. We do got Sadabusi back at 205 after his little thumb injury that he had. Very rough for him.
Just another guy who's going to need a first round finish if he wants to see the brackets at all.
Yep.
He is fighting the guy that got first round finish by Rob Wilkinson in their last fight, so that was just 2 months ago, so he has the shot there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just crazy he went from 170 to 205 this year.
Yeah, just was not expected, and
at all.
I don't know, maybe just getting older, doesn't want to cut the weight, you know what I mean? Already made his money, so just one of those things.
Tom Breeze does have 3 TKO losses all in the first round.
Very nice.
So
but like even with that, I feel we're gonna have to. There have to be like an upset in like Impa, or Dovletsyan really for
true.
For Sadabusi to see it
get in there. So that's probably pretty unlikely that he finds his way into the tournament this year.
Very true.
Yeah.
See, and that's why it's like I don't know. So many people like talk shit about like the structure of PFL and stuff, but it's like I enjoy this stuff. Like I don't know, it makes it fun. Like it's just a different thing to like MMA. You know, it's just they gotta like I don't know do better at just like certain things, promotions, getting certain fighters in there. They gotta allow elbows. Like it's like I know it's hard for guys if they get cut to like turn around, but it's like I don't know. I feel like it would just very much help some of the performances.
It would, but I definitely understand the lack of elbows.
Unless Sadabusi, he would have to gain on tiebreakers because everyone who got a win all got 6 points.
Yeah, and that's I don't know if that's happening, man. That's super rough.
Yeah. So it'd be off tiebreakers if he got in.
Let's go. We'll see how all of that plays out. So, PFL actually looking like it might be fun this week. So let's go.
Mm-hmm.
We do have Bellator returning. Remember when we got promised 2 title fights card?
Yeah.
That disappeared very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
It's almost like fighters aren't always ready when you want them to be, and you can't always negotiate the contracts exactly how you want, and they don't just do everything you want. What promises to make for PFL brass, huh? Bellator Dublin, headlined by a Jamaican fighter and a Russian fighter.
Yeah.
They overall have 4 Irish fighters on this card, at least.
Bro, that's crazy. Like, I did not honestly realize that at all. Bellator was so much better about fucking that shit was stacked the fuck out with Irish fighters. Like, bro, are they literally even just gonna start like fumbling sales on fucking Dublin cards? Like,
they might.
I feel like I don't know how long PFL is gonna last.
Yeah,
PFL and just PFL in general. Like, it's got like
because that's going to be interesting to see, because it's like that was one thing Bellator always had. Like, I've heard from so many different like people just talking about it, where it's like if you could go to like a Bellator like Dublin, Ireland card, like that, it's just one of the craziest atmospheres. Like, it's always incredible. Like, just the fighters performing, even if like the hometown guys don't win. Like, it's just always a fucking great feeling to it, bro. If they fuck that shit up, that is. That's insane. You literally have all the fighters and everything. You have the name. You have literally everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just literally running it in a shittier way.
And it's what they've been doing. It's what PFL kind of does. Like, I get like you like the structure format, but as someone who came from traditional sports, I'm like, this is watered down bullshit. I'd rather it be like the UFC or Bellator.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard. But we'll see what, Bellator is able to get going with that. But Jason Jackson is defending his title, 170 pounds against Ramazan Kuramagomedov. 12-0 undefeated fighter. Doesn't have the most wins. He was 2-0 in Bellator coming into this one. He does have a win in PFL and a win in Contender Series, so he has kind of been all around. 3-0 in ACB as well. So definitely just getting experience all over different regional scenes and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Fucking Yaroslav was just such a menace to so many high-level fighters proven in Bellator, and the way that Jason Jackson did him, I just feel like this should probably be not too hard of a win for Jason Jackson to get done.
No, yeah.
He did, got the win over Ray Cooper III, PFL versus Bellator earlier this year as well, on a very solid streak. Last loss that he had was in 2019 by split decision. Jason Jackson probably going to look real good in this one. If I were to make a guess on it, I don't know shit about Ramazan, so it's just kind of hard. Other than that, what fights are you guys excited for on this card, right?
Oh, none of this. This is crazy.
I was about to say, you're really asking that on this card?
It was more for
out of any of the 3 cards we're talking about, this is the card you're like, what fight are you guys excited for? I don't know.
Hassan Magomed Sharipov. That was the one and only answer, Ginger and Kate. Let's fucking go.
I knew, but that was the one you were excited for. I don't know, bro.
No, yeah.
The younger brother of Zabit. He's very good.
Anyone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about him, but I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
So that's why I was going to let you bring it up. See, I didn't know that shit.
Yeah. The younger bro of one of the biggest what-ifs in MMA. That would, you know what I mean? Like, 9-0, looking very solid as a fighter. Fights at 145 pounds as well.
He's young, too. 23 years old.
Yeah, I didn't remember exactly how young, but I knew he was young. he's probably going to do some very good things in Bellator. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't grab a title at some point.
I was about to say, I wonder how many more fights are left on his contract. This is going to be his 5th fight in Bellator.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he heads over to the UFC, honestly, either.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Being so young in here, he might just try and, like, build up his record for a bit, maybe get to, like, 15 wins or something like that. It's like, yeah, like you said, 23 years old, he has so much time. Grab a title, grab a couple defenses, get some higher level experience, and then jump over to the UFC and become a champ.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it might not be the best promotion, and sometimes you get, like, not the greatest fighters, but it's such a better place to build up experience, because you're 4-0 fighting guys that are 3-2, or this is their debut, you know what I mean? The second he gets into Bellator, 11-1, 7-4, 17-6, it's like, it's just such a higher level. Much more experience in the people he's fighting, so good for him. If he can keep up the streak, he'll be real good in the UFC.
Yeah. Very excited. Sorry.
The only other thing I can think of is, because I've seen people hyped up for him, is Paul Hughes. I saw he was very hyped up. Like, people were wondering if he was going to go to the UFC or to Bellator. Obviously, lands in Bellator. That's what all I got.
Very nice. But yeah, let's go. Just another Bellator card. Really just, excited for Hassan, and then see how that Jason Jackson fight plays out. But let's go. Also, because this is on Saturday, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, Saturday morning.
9 a.m. start time for this. I didn't even realize that.
Both the fight cards on Saturday morning/afternoon cards.
Yeah, because then at 10 a.m. start time for us, UFC, Saudi Arabia. It was supposed to be Whitaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. We end up with Whitaker versus Ikram.
Yep.
It talked about it in the fight news video a bit, but it's such a rough fight for Ikram, man, to like all the things to get in here on such short notice to take on former champ Robert Whitaker when you've had 2 fights in the UFC. That is such a tall task for Ikram.
In a 5-round main event.
Yeah, just like he was getting prepared for a fight last week, or week before this one
in Vegas.
It's just 3-round co-main event to a debuting guy to a 5-round main event against former champ number 3 Robert Whitaker.
And then
having to go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then you bring up the great point, because it's something I really didn't even think of, but all the traveling he had to do for this. Supposed to fight Whitaker, and I mean, whoever it was he was fighting, he's supposed to fight in Vegas. Now he's fighting Whitaker in Saudi, coming from Russia, like.
Went from Russia, more than likely to Vegas, and now going from Vegas to Saudi Arabia. And then also when that fight got canceled, this fight got announced, he probably had already started his weight cut and everything, so he's going to have to be cutting weight again a week later. Like, there's a lot of things stacked up against Ikram in this fight.
Yeah,
for him stepping up, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sure he probably got a very good extra contract for taking this one.
He should have.
Definitely hope so, for sure. But for Whitaker, he just, with everything he's had so many times of like fights falling out, whatever, he just wants to fight people. So I'm definitely happy for him that the UFC was able to find an opponent for him. And it's like, I'm sure he's probably more than happy. It's like someone that's nowhere near as like just like Khamzat's shot out of a cannon. He's going at you right from the belt to try and end the fight. It's like Ikram is trying to end the fight, but he's a much more calculated person with it. So I feel like he probably has a better chance to last, like to hold up better over 5. But Whitaker might be able to get him out of there in the first 2 rounds anyway. It's like
But that could also kind of work against him, because he's also like more calculated, so he's not taking as many risks. So that just leaves openings for Whitaker to be able to do his offense, to get his offense off.
Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see if Aliskerov actually decides to grapple in this one. The biggest test of his career, he definitely should look to do that, especially early. But it's like, both of these guys have been finished before. They both have very good finishing potential. This is just going to be a great fight. Solid main event for Saudi Arabia. Like, all things considered, not too bad.
Yeah.
I was going to say, all things considered, like, obviously there could have been better ones, but, like, with what happened, there's not much you can do about it.
most exciting unranked fighter you could get for Whitaker to fight in this. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Like I can't think of anyone else at middleweight unranked who has this much hype.
I guess the only thing that would probably be crazier, but is way would never happen. Bro, if they got Bo Nickel in on fucking.
Bo, I feel like
I don't think Bo would take it.
No, not at all. Like
no,
it would be such
not at all.
Like that, I feel like that's the only thing that would go crazy.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Like, that would.
And I would give Bo zero shot. He would have to take Whitaker down.
And
his striking is not good enough.
He would absolutely
to stand on the feet.
Yeah, that would be insane. But good on both of them for taking this one. I cannot wait to see how that plays out. Oh, let's fucking go. The co-main event, though. That is the fight that I've been wanting for so goddamn long. The battle of the two big bad Russians, Sergey Pavlovich versus Alexander Volkov. Sergey coming off of that very bad loss to Tom Aspinall for the interim title in November. Volkov streaking, 3-fight win streak, all finishes, I believe.
Yep.
He got Jar Jar, Taito Ivasa, and Romanov in there. So yeah, just looking great, looking to get back to that title. And what a hard fight to try and get in there. He's even said himself that like they've trained before, and every time they are, he's never won a single round against. Like the power is just different with Sergey, and
yeah, I feel bad for him because didn't he kind of hint at not necessarily wanting to take this fight, but was pushed into it?
Yeah, because I
kind of forced.
I forget exactly what he was saying, but it was because like the canceled bout which I altered. He was just saying like the circumstances. He felt like he wasn't in a position to like turn down a fight or anything at all. So just kind of felt forced into taking this one.
No, and that's kind of something the UFC will do as well. And it's like, damn, like y'all are fucking assholes.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about that. They need a big fight for a big card. So you know what I mean, like. Announce that shit before he signed it or agreed to it or anything. You know what I mean? Like,
But
yeah, it's just such a good fight though. Volkov, easily the biggest motherfucker in the division right now. 6'7", 80-inch reach. So not the longest arms on him compared to some other people, but still a very long reach. And then, Pavlovich 6'3" with an 84-inch reach. So.
Yep. Speaking of long reaches. There you go.
Yeah, 4 inches of height for Volkov, 4 inches of reach for Pavlovich. Let's see which one plays out in their favor. I don't know, man.
It's gonna be the kicking of Volkov, the teeps and the front kicks to the body that are gonna be the difference in this fight. If he can keep Pavlovich at kicking range, he has a chance.
Yep. Distance management has to be on 5,000% for sure. Throughout the entire fight until he can land a big shot to get him out of there, or just win by decision. Because he's gonna be the more technical striker between the two. But you got a motherfucker like Sergey. It only takes one man, and you are unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The featured bout on this one is pretty lackluster in my opinion. Kelvin Gastelum, he's back at 170 pounds. Did not look too great in his last one at all. Taking on D-Rod. Pretty sure, didn't he get cut from the UFC and now he's back after?
It was weird. So I was pretty sure he was
his
out
last
of the
fight
UFC
was
as well.
Lost to Ian Gary, so it's not like he's fought anywhere else, but he's here.
Yeah, I just couldn't I remember like seeing something about that.
It would be silly though to have cut him, like a 2-fight losing streak, but to Neil Magny and Ian Gary.
Yeah.
I don't remember what exactly that whole situation was. Wasn't it he got popped for, like, weed or something, so they might have just, like, taken him out of, like, some type of pool or something? Like, the way the UFC tracker thing works.
Yeah. It's like you never know, too. It's, like, 37 years old, just one of those things. Who knows, like, his contract could have, like, ran up or something, and then it just took an extra long time to re-sign. Like, you know what I mean? You never know.
Exactly. But who knows?
You're at 37 now, though. Damn.
Yeah, and Kelvin Gastelum only 32, and he's just crazy.
That's insane.
Gastelum been around for so motherfucking long and that young, and D-Rod just hasn't been around that long. You know, at least I don't even remember how long he's actually been.
2020, I want to say.
2020. So 40 years ago, and 37 years old. Gastelum.
Yeah.
It's just been so rough, man. He was on such a good run going into that Izzy fight, and just since then, he's had 2 wins in his last 8 fights.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it just what a difference a fight can make, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this Darren Till fight, that was a split. That was a very close fight. Could have gone either way. Gets his heel hooked by Jack Hermanson, then loses unanimously to Whitaker, Cannonier, then gets Kimura by Sean Brady.
Yeah,
his only wins are to Ian Heinisch and Chris Curtis, where Chris Curtis kept getting headbutted.
Yeah. Oh man, but just one of those things. He is at least consistent enough, name a big enough name to kind of have him in that spot, so you understand it.
Yep.
We were supposed to have Melsik Bagdasaryan versus Muhammad Naimov on the next one, but that got canceled, so very sad on that.
Yep.
Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir, though, someone's probably getting fucked up in that one.
Probably the first round.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I very much hope so. That's just a very exciting thing. You never know with either of them, especially Johnny Walker, man. He could, on any given night, have the potential to just touch someone's chin, get them out of there, but
he can also get touched and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So I don't know. The rough fights with Magomed, but we'll see how this one goes for him. Prelim, the prelim main event probably going to get pushed up to the main card now that Bagdasaryan is out, I would assume, but who knows how they're not doing that. Shara Magomedov is back. Good to see him there. He's never going to fight in America or a lot of places, so they're going to be looking to get him in Saudi, Abu Dhabi, much as possible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to get him on this card, we're going to get him on August 3rd, and we're going to get him in October, right?
Hey, if he can fight 3 times a year that way, then good for fucking him.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. And I mean, because this card was supposed to be in March, but it was just, they were like, we're not doing this fucking shit card here. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, that was a bad card.
If it could actually go back to March, then that would make it so much easier for him.
Yeah, it would definitely just be hard if they had October and August. That's just a bit closer of a turnaround.
Easy matchups. And once you get to the top, it's harder anyway, so 2 times a year is regular.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Other than that, anything on this card that you guys feel like bringing up or talking about?
Yeah, I think Renat Fakrdinov and Nicholas Dalby is going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that's just on the prelims. You know what I mean?
Yeah, another fight that probably could have been on the main card.
I feel like that's more deserving on the main card than Kelvin Gastelum and D-Rod. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially Melsik and Muhammad Naimov. I guess probably just in terms of looking at it for fun potential. Makes more sense that way.
Right.
Because, Renat Dalby, that's going to be a whole lot of grappling in that one. But, I definitely can't wait to see how that plays out, though.
No, 100%.
Dalby coming off that real good win over Bonfim. Let's see if he's able to get it done again over the surgeon Renat. But that last one against Dos Santos, that came real close. He almost got put out of there with that knee and just was on skates for the last bit of that one.
No, yeah. It's going to be a good fight, though.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how that goes.
Oh, yeah, very solid. Other than that, though, tournament finals at 135 pounds for the road to UFC on this one? So, I guess that's pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just another card where it just could have been a little bit better. Just, having Hamzat still in the main event with Whitaker. Shara was supposed to originally fight Eeyore, but, we all seen how that played out.
We were supposed to have Farid Basharat and Montel Jackson.
And even before that, because Farid was stepping up for Said Nurmagomedov against Montel Jackson.
Yep.
Either one of those fights against Montel would have been amazing on this card.
And then, I feel bad for Montel Jackson.
Supposed to have Abu Azaitar versus Dennis Tuilui-Lin. Now we got Cedricus Dumas.
So it hopefully it just turns out to be a fun card overall, but going into it just not as hyped as just kind of just, I don't know, even for getting rebooked because of how bad it was, you know what I mean? Just kind of expect that it was going to be better.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
They were really expecting Hamzat to save that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
They were.
That's why they needed Ikram of all people, honestly.
Yeah, at least it still helps with the region and everything, because I don't think anyone else at 185 pounds, they can go to anyone for that.
The only other person I know they 100% offered it to, because it's been confirmed, was Kamaru Usman.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure he's like, yeah, fuck that, I ain't doing that again.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on a 4-fight losing streak, like, that's...
No, yeah, I completely understand that from him.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, let's fucking go. Hopefully, this weekend turns out to just be a whole lot of good fights. PFL 5, Bellator Dublin, UFC Fight Night Saudi Arabia. Let's go.
Let's see how the weigh-ins go.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be the fun part, isn't it?
Let's see. Let's go. But until the review of all of this good shit, we'll catch you on the next one, everyone. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed it.